someone asked this question about maybe, is there a way that you could use scripture as a quote unquote weapon against anxiety and depression? Just what's the role of maybe scripture in this conversation?
So everyone who comes to me for anxiety, the first thing we do, because they came to a pastor for crying out loud. Yeah. we talk about Jesus in the desert. Because of that fear for provision, that fear for identity, fear for God being able to solve everything, we could talk more about it. And you guys had Tempted and Tried in your list of recommended books.
Yeah.
He talks a lot. I would say it's a terrific book. It's about Jesus' temptation. And after we recognize that our master had to walk through and answer these questions about his Father loving him, we then switch over to Matthew 6, which I suspect you're probably going to use next week.
I think so.
Right?
A little teaser.
And most people start the Matthew 6 passage at Jesus saying, therefore, do not be anxious about anything. But every good Bible scholar knows that if it begins with the word therefore, you ask,
what's it there for?
What's it there for?
Yeah.
And right before that, Jesus gives the treasure principle. He says, look, don't store up treasure in things that moth and rust can destroy and thieves can break in and steal, but rather store up treasure in heaven. And many times as Christians, we think, do Christian-y things to get a reward for later, but I want you to think about it differently for a moment. So I'll use something physical with everybody. I'll say it's my phone, which is a ridiculous treasure, right? Yeah. But if this is it, and if I were to lose this thing, which not my phone, but like whatever my thing is, right? Yeah. And I believe my life is gone with it, I begin to attempt to protect it, whatever it is, my identity, my success, my money, my sex life, it doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. If I've begun to believe it's my life, I will place all of my well-being on it. Yeah. But the problem is I cannot control it completely. And therefore, at whatever point my treasure is out of my control, I will always feel anxiety. Anxiety is the aggregate feeling of longing to control the uncontrollable. So when we begin to examine our treasures, whatever thing it is that we don't believe our Father can take care of, so we store it with our Father. Yeah. I like to think of like a bank, like that you can like do the dial and open up and put your treasure in heaven, and it's a heaven bank, and you shut it, and it's with God. And everyone thinks, oh, that's great. Right until I realize, what if he takes it away? Yeah. And then I pull it right back out. And so we come to, like, anxiety sits at a foundational crossroads of the Christian life where I have to ask the question and answer. Does my Father really love me? Yeah. Or am I just one of the kids where he has to keep me because he adopted me and everything? Yeah. And he loves Sammy over here, but this one here, all of us struggle with it. And wherever our treasure is not entrusted to him, that's where anxiety will grow.
Yeah, that's good. Do you think technology has made this anxiety worse, like for our generation?
Well, yes, for a very specific reason. Technology offers you the opportunity to attempt to extend your will anywhere. In other words, if I want to care about what's going on in Saudi Arabia right now, I can log on and figure it out. Yeah. And I can begin to allow my soul to attempt to try to solve it while I can't. Yeah. Whereas before technology, you were much more bound to your present place. Technology allows you the illusion of control beyond your world without any control. And so we would expect that would aggregate quite a bit of anxiety because